I think if you believe and you believe in the right things and do the right things, there's really no barriers to that. The great thing is what you could do with your business. I always give a pitch about entrepreneurship and say, the great thing about being an entrepreneur is as long as it's legal, you could do things. You like to go to sporting events, you like to travel, you like cars. I mean, there's a lot of things that you could do, but really the great thing is that if you like to give back to the community, work with great groups. I had mentioned we opened on World Food Day in 1996. We've partnered with the Greater Chicago Food Depository for so many years. So at the top it's with Starbucks, in the middle it's at our festival, below is at, coming up in 2 weeks, the Magnificent Mile Lights Festival. So, we have that long partnership. Same thing I mentioned, the ag school, actually, picture up at the top at graduation is myself and Roy Shalaby with Lucille Shaw, the master ag teacher, and Troy Justice, who was assistant secretary for vocational education. Our summer program, students who participate with Wright College and Eli's in a summer program in entrepreneurship and sustainable agriculture. The honey bar, which we make with honey from the ag school. So I think, it's great. I was there 2 weeks ago. The school dedicated a 3-hole golf course. I was there last week with Mrs. Daly and Temple Grandin, the autistic and ag science professor. And so it's really great to see those results. Our partnership with Wright College, our bike ride, educational leaders, graduation, our farmers market. And I think that's really, again, the great thing. So we've been in our facility since 1996. In 2007, we worked with Alderman Tom Allen to rename our business park the Wright Campus Business Park. So I think it's great that we really have that message, and great neighbors and family businesses really working to do a real good job for the community. You have Children's Memorial Hospital, so we think it's the #1 public space for children. It could be in the country. No one else has American Girl in a children's hospital. So this is actually an event we do. Miguel Juarez Middle School, it's a public school in Waukegan. My associate Erin Arceo, her husband is a teacher there. And each year actually this was pretty smart. We used to do this event and say to our people, would you come down and help clean the park? Well, everybody's getting busy, family conflicts. So now there's about 10 of us who come, and then 50 kids who just do a great job, make posters, come help, and then we go celebrate at our cafe and they decorate cakes. Really good kids. Our farmers market, we just finished our 10th year last week. Really a great thing. We have this summer entrepreneurial program. It's a great way to bring people together. As you know, Bob was mentioning, Wagner Farms and their farmers market. Actually, we work with them with the ag school and this idea of where food comes from, why, natural, organic, sustainable, locally grown is so important. And actually, this is today. I was not at this event. My wife was. This is Banana Spiel. When you think about vaudeville coming back, and Cirque du Soleil bringing it to the Chicago Theater in partnership with Madison Square Garden, which now operates the Chicago Theater. So these are actually the clowns munching on their Eli's Banana Spiel chocolate dippers, chocolate banana dippers. So I know tonight, actually we could take some questions on cake, that banana, it's a version of that, and we have some great video with the person saying, hey, this is the best. So the story, I think it's pretty exciting. 100 years ago, Eli born, child of the Depression, my parents and what they were able to do, what they've been able to give me, to us, to our organization, the wonderful people who I've had the pleasure to work with. And as I said, I think the values of, I think the interesting as an entrepreneur, you got to come back and you still have to come back to where you're to your business. I mean, you got to focus. That's why our chief financial officer is here, right? You got to talk about, you got to watch your business. You have to do that. I mean, that's pretty critical. But you have this opportunity to build your brand, to build your awareness, and our cake is available certainly via mail order in our cafe, at Jewel, at Dominic's, at Whole Foods, but it's available in Russia, it's available in England. We're working on some projects in Saudi Arabia and Korea. So I think the bottom line is that you have something that people want, and we really thank Toter for the work in social media, because now we could say on Twitter, hey, come and get a free cheesecake today, or go to the Chicago Theater and try the Banana Spiel product, or we could go on Facebook and get fans, or we could use LinkedIn to tell our story, or we could use our own blog where we'll post photos from tonight. So we're able, and we actually announced it, so I think it's great, but it really comes down to what Eli started with. We'll serve good food, always at a loss if we must, a profit if we can, but always that commitment. As I said, from my mother and father, learn the commitment to quality, to service, to value, and we look forward to continuing it. I mean, it's been a lot of fun. I've been doing this, since 1984. Came in a few years full-time after the first taste, but it's been a lot of fun. And being in Eli's business, coming to talk about your parents to such a nice group is really fun. So I thank you. I'm available to take some cheesecake questions or any other questions, and really honored to have so many nice people to come out tonight. So thank you.
Your cheesecake recipe.
Well, I think Eli, we have, the handwritten notes. I think my dad was, great question, my dad was always a dreamer. He opened Eli's Stage Delicatessen at 52. He opened the steakhouse at 56. And he was always thinking, liver Eli, calf's liver, chicken in the pot, a lot of the things that he would give. And, he really wanted this great dessert. He didn't like what was available in the market. He really worked to develop something special. And, I'm happy it was cheesecake, because if it was liver, we might not be here tonight. So, but I think it was, but people come and ask about the liver, and I think Eli could, that's why he was so good at cheesecake. He could take a liver hater and make them a liver lover. So I think a lot of work in the kitchen, and there was a time he forgot the sugar or the flour and all those other things along the way, but I think worked on it. It came about. Taste of Chicago came along, and people said, wow, this is really good. So, and then again, that base, it's something, it's heavy enough that it's worthwhile to ship. It's something that restaurants don't want to make. We started doing it at a time when supermarkets were just starting to want restaurant quality foods. And I think my dad, amazing how the world makes a turn. Today the interest in being a chef in food, you look at the great success of, Charlie Trotter and Alinea, and, a lot of really interest in fine food, which my dad really believed, that McDonald's was, people are all going to go to fast food, casual dining, and really, you've seen a pretty strong resurgency. So the food business is a lot of fun.